So what happens when you inherit a house and just want to continue paying the mortgage as is? The bank is probably not going to stop you, but there are a few considerations. So before we get to those details, I'd like you to consider a friend that may be going through a tough time that creeped into their lives. But they were prepared because you shared this video. We would appreciate it, as will your friend. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey, and we're here to educate everyone for free. So please drop your questions for us, and hopefully together we'll help some folks. Now, again, a bank is not going to stop you from making the mortgage payments on behalf of someone who's passed. In fact, they expect the family, the heirs, the beneficiaries to continue making the mortgage payment until things can be properly processed and distributed according to the either estate plan or the state law to the respective beneficiaries, or as we call them, heirs at law, if there's no plan. However, when you make mortgage payments that are not under your name, right, you do not get any deductions on your tax return, nor will it help build your personal credit. Likewise, if something happens to you and you have not transitioned the home to you as the beneficiary, it leaves a much bigger mess for the next generation or your beneficiaries, including the potential of prior creditors who have not been addressed or dealt with at the first passing, the reason that it came to you from your, say, parent. You also will not be able to transfer the title to you if you're not also getting lending and transitioning the mortgage to yourself. So the title of the home will not be in your name if you're not also taking on the responsibility of a mortgage if you needed to. And thereby you really have no rights to borrow against the property or do anything of the like. The property taxes, probably once they catch wind that the person has passed, is not going to allow like a senior exemption or a veteran exemption if they existed before. And that could create some problems there. I would say lastly, if there's any liabilities at that home, it's possible that the homeowners is just not going to cover it because the person who had the homeowner's policy is no longer there if they've passed. So you could have an issue on that front as well. It's our advice. Obviously, there are times when it can be harder to obtain a mortgage or the rates have increased, etc. But you really do want to start the process of prorating an estate, going through the administration if it's under a trust, so that any debts can be paid, creditor periods pass, and then you can determine whether or not lending is possible for you to maintain the home. I would say that if you have a good track record of consistently paying the monthly mortgage in the interim, right after someone has passed, that a bank may consider that as part of the big picture, although creditworthiness and your debt to income ratio will come into play as well. So we hope that you've learned something new here and choose to share. And as always, please take care.